Well, this is the next cancer journal. I'm Al and I have cancer. The cancer is in my prostate, which is, I'm finding out that black men in their 40s are getting prostate cancer. And it's really going undiagnosed. So by the time we hit our 60s and 70s, it'll be, too late to do anything about it because the cancer is slow growing. This is the eve of my surgery. The surgery I'm having is they're going to remove the prostate. There's also a spot right outside the prostate that could be cancerous. So they're going to look at it and remove it if it is. I have a diseased prostate. It's you just don't know. I mean, I thank God that the doctor decided to test me, even though I didn't have any symptoms. Surgery's coming up, and the nurse asked me about a living will. I'm like, living will? I have a will to live, but that's not what she's talking about. So I've had to come to grips with my mortality. I know people say, oh, this cancer is beatable, but I've known people that have died from it, and you'll be good to go. But I'm like, how many people are in the grave that have been told you good to go? So you just don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen on the operating table. So yeah, I'm kind of freaking out and having panic attacks, and I kind of internalize how I feel, so you don't see it on the outside, but on the inside, I'm like at odds, so I'm trying to keep a focus. I use humor to deflect. People who know me know that. I joked about wearing my favorite shirt so that, something happens, that's something, that I'll be able to be taken to the funeral home in. Some people don't find my humor funny, but that's how I've learned how to cope. I think I mentioned before that my first response to anything that's traumatic or hard is to laugh. It reminds me of the movie The Joker, right? But that's what happens to me. I laugh about it. And while I'm there, I do shut people out. I've been doing that for 30-some years, so it's not an easy habit to break. Those who care about me, they know that's what I have a tendency to do, so they just hang around because they know that once I shut them out, I will eventually relent and let them in. I'm still working on that. That's hard to beat. So I was asked about a last will from the nurse, and I'm like, well, I don't have that, but I do have a will to live. And she kind of chuckled for that. Stuff like that I never thought about, because I think that I'm in my 40s, so I still have at least another 40 years to go before I think about, my will, but it's pretty important, and it's not just giving up when you think about it or when you plan for it, but it's just that in case the worst case scenario happens, people will know what to do. They'll know how to fall in line. So my heir is my daughter, Zoe, and unfortunately she's under 18, so she can't make any decisions. But I do have it set up. At least I can articulate it. I don't have it on paper. The hope is that they'll do the surgery and I'll come out with flying colors and won't need to do any kind of radiation or chemotherapy. I've been thinking a lot about my conduct. People may be off-putting to some people that I show people I really don't care about anything, but it's not that I don't care about anything. I just learned how to use that as a defense mechanism. And I'm not saying that's right. Obviously it's not, because I don't have many people that I can count on because I pushed a lot of them away. But that's who I am, and I'm not saying that I can't evolve into somebody else, but for right now, that's the me that you're getting. And with that being said, I am thinking about my conduct and how I treat folks, and I'm going to do a little better. The first step is releasing videos, because 6 months ago I never would have done it. You would not have known how I feel about anything. So I'm trying to take a step in the right direction. Now the recovery is going to be a bitch. I'm going to come home with tubes and drainage and stuff like that. I won't be able to do a lot, which is going to be like excruciating to me, because I have to do something. I was telling somebody that I just need to feel needed, and taking time off from work doesn't help me feel needed. So that's the reason why I work a lot. Recovery's gonna be tough, but it'll be worth it to know that they've gotten all the cancer out. And I'll update you guys hopefully the day of. If not, when I feel able to afterwards. Send me good vibes, and best wishes.